Reserve Bank of India calls emergency meeting over liquidity in a banking system. Sadly, this is not the first time we've seen something like this. And it says that they're tightening the liquidity in the banking system. The U.S. Federal Reserve had to pump $29.4 billion in cash into the U.S. banking system Friday night. Now, I have not been following the Federal Reserve long enough to know if that's never happened before. But from the articles, plural, that I read about this, apparently it's a very, very rare thing. And there are people out there that are saying we're getting close to a 1929 crash in several ways, and here's one of them. Something just broke. It appears that a liquidity crisis is upon us, and that is really bad news for the financial markets. Now, this is my friend Michael Snyder, amazing researcher. He said, what is the Fed not telling us? The numbers clearly indicate that big trouble is brewing in the banking system. Now, I wish that I could specifically tell you which banks are in the most trouble, but at this stage, we simply aren't being told anything. They probably figured that the best approach is to try to keep everyone as ignorant and as calm as possible. But they won't be able to keep the lid on it as going indefinitely. In other words, when the word finally gets out that people could start to panic in recent weeks, bank reserves have fallen to our alarmingly low levels. Well, it's not just bank reserves, it's also the homeless shelters, the feeding places, the food banks. They've been running low on food. I believe that it's not just an accident. I know a lot of people can say, oh, well, it's the devil or it's the devil people. Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, none of this would be happening if we were a righteous nation. So that tells me at the end of the day, either God's hand is in it or God's permissive hand is allowing it.